Hey there, I wanted to give you a really quick rundown of how you can use the resources in my marketing calendar template to plan out all of your digital content for the year of 2024. First of all, you will see a link to get to the marketing calendar template I put together in Google Sheet. When you click that link, it'll look a little funky right here. Then you'll just click Use Template and you'll see the correctly formatted version of the calendar right here. So I want to give you a tour of how you can use this Google Sheet. So first of all, what you're looking at right now is a calendar just for the month of January. You can click through the tabs at the bottom of the screen here to get to the other months in the year. Now, these months have different formulas programmed into them to make sure that all of the days of the week and the dates here on the left side of the screen are correct. You can see that for each week, the dates are highlighted so you know which week you're looking at. And then it's broken down by weekday and date. It's very important on all of these different tabs that you don't touch any of the content that is in columns A through L. You could see this like dark gray bar right here. Basically, don't touch anything to the left of that gray bar, because if you change any of the cells over here, you can change the programmed formulas for the rest of the calendar and it can get all wonky. So whenever you're editing this spreadsheet, make sure you're only editing the content to the right side of that gray bar. On the right side over here, if you scroll over, you can see for each week, I have recommended two different specific social media topics and one email newsletter topic. This email newsletter topic can also double as a blog topic for your website. And I highly recommend adding weekly blogs to your website if you have the capacity to do that. You can just kind of tweak the email newsletter content that you have written to post on your blog. And that's important for SEO purposes so that your nonprofit's website continues to show up at the top of Google search results. Some of these topics may not be applicable to your specific nonprofit. For example, this topic for January 8th is to highlight a donor who's pledged recurring monthly gifts as a way to kind of encourage other followers to become monthly donors as well. You may not have any monthly donors yet, so this topic may not be applicable for your nonprofit. Definitely feel free to switch out any topics that don't apply to your nonprofit, or you can obviously add additional social media topics if you want to make sure you're posting more than twice a week. Over here in column N, you'll see this column is labeled observances. I have included some holidays and other sort of awareness events a month to spark any ideas that you might want to include for your nonprofit. So, for example, right now on January 28th, I don't have a social media topic recommended that has to do with Global Community Engagement Day. But if your nonprofit's mission really involves community engagement, you might want to create a social media post that celebrates the way that you're engaging your community. This plan ahead column is exactly what it sounds like. It's just including reminders for you to complete tasks to help you plan ahead for content that's coming up in the future. For example, on January 15th, I recommended a social media topic that says to share a story of a small win that one of your clients or staff members has experienced recently thanks to your nonprofit. You probably don't want to wait until January 15th to figure out what story you're going to post, because then you'll be in a panic trying to talk to your staff to figure out what story you want to post. So on January 2nd, I've included a plan ahead note to ask your program staff and volunteers to get a story about a recent small win so that you can write that content ahead of time. You'll also see next to each of the social media topics that I've recommended for the year, I include a name of an image template. Included with your marketing calendar for 2024, you get this bonus gift of 40 different social media image templates that I've created for you. If you click here at the top of any of these tabs in your Google Sheet, you can get to the list of image templates that I've created for you. When you click that link, you'll be directed to this page and you'll just scroll down and click Use Template for New Design. And then you will see all 40 of the image templates I've created in Canva right here. Since there are 40 pages, it can be annoying to have to scroll up and down to navigate them. So you can click this icon at the bottom right that's 4 squares. It will show a grid of all 40 of the templates, so it's easier for you to navigate. For example, next to in your calendar on the January 1st image, you can see I said for this post to use the template one dash quote. And so you can see here, all of these templates are numbered and then kind of have a little label next to them. So up here at the top, you see one dash quote. You can select that image and then click the 4 squares again to get back to the edit view. And then you can edit this to your heart's content to make it fit your nonprofit. If you go back to the grid, you'll notice that all of these social media posts use my nonprofit Jenni brand colors. Obviously, these are not going to be the appropriate colors for your nonprofit's brand. It may seem daunting to have to change out all of those colors to match your nonprofit's brand in all 40 of these templates. So I just want to show you a little shortcut. For this image, for example, the color is this sort of periwinkle purple. You can click the color icon here at the top. Let's say one of your nonprofit colors is this bright green right here. So you can click that bright green color, and down here at the bottom, you'll see the option to change all of the periwinkle purple in all of the templates to this green color. So when you click change all, not only is this sort of quote image changed to green, but you can see that every place that purple appeared in the social media images has now turned to this bright green color. All right, so let me give you a couple examples of how to edit these templates to work for your nonprofit. For example, if you scroll down to January 29th in your calendar, you'll see that the social media topic I've recommended is 3 reasons to register for your upcoming Black History Month celebration. So the image template that I've recommended is 9-reasons. So when you go to Canva and you find template number 9, you'll notice this template does not include any information related to a Black History Month celebration. And in fact, it doesn't have anything to do with an event at all. Let me just show you how you can edit this template to be more appropriate for the content that you want to put out there. So let's say we want to change this title here. You can see this title now is too long to fit in the space I originally had it in. I am just going to change the font size here, and you can see that's a much better font size for this space. And then I'll put some space for this subheading here and change this. Here, where it says your logo here, obviously that's a space for your logo. So I'm going to go ahead and change this logo. And then here, instead of using these numbers that have to do with the facts that I included on this template, I'm giving 3 reasons to join our Black History Month celebration. So I'm going to change these to 1, 2, 3. And then I'll update this text over here. So now you've just changed this template to fit what the actual content is going to be for January 29th. Now let me give you another example of how to edit another image, showing you some more shortcuts for using Canva. If we look over in June, on June 3rd, I've included a suggestion to share a fact related to Pride Month and your nonprofit's mission. So the image template that I've recommended you use here is 18 awareness date. So I'm going to click on over to 18. So in this template, you'll see that I've included a fact about LGBTQIA youth. This photo down here includes lots of young people. I will say for any of these templates that include photos, I would highly recommend you use actual photos of your staff, your volunteers, your clients. But let's say you currently don't have any good photos on hand. So you need to change this photo because your nonprofit doesn't actually serve LGBTQIA youth. You serve adults at your organization. You can go ahead and delete this image and we'll find one that is better for your nonprofit. So I'm going to search for an image for Pride Men. And this image looks like a really good one. I've got this image here, but I really liked that effect of removing the background so the men kind of like pop out more in the image. So what I'm going to do is click edit photo and click BG remover, which means background remover. And now they really pop out and stand out against this rainbow background. So I'll just resize this image. I'll update this text so it is a fact that is more appropriate for our nonprofit. But then you'll notice we have a problem. The logo down here in the corner is covered up by this guy's arm. One thing you can do to make sure everything is showing the way you want it to show is you can click this image. With these three dots here, you'll have this layer option. So I'm going to send it backward, and then that logo appears on top of his arm. And then I'll resize this background so that there's not this weird white space. So this can be tricky when you're zoomed in at this level. So what you can do in this bar at the bottom here is change the zoom. Then it's easier for me to deal with this really large background image. So that works to cover the full background now. But then let's say, all right, this looks really good, but I want some more empty space at the top. I want to move these elements, the text, this white box, and this picture of these men. I want to move them down a little bit, but I don't want to move the background image because I have it positioned perfectly, and I don't want to move the logo because I also have that positioned perfectly. So what I can do then is click the images that I want to lock in place, click this more option, and click lock. And that means I can't see, I'm trying to drag this logo and it won't drag anymore. So I'll do the same thing with this background image. I'll lock it. And then I can highlight all of these elements and drag them wherever I want. So let's say I want it right here, then I'm done. And if I want to change the logo maybe to go up in this blank space, I can click that, click unlock, and then move it to where I want it to go. Those are just a few examples of how you can manipulate the images and also your marketing plan spreadsheet to make it work for your nonprofit.